Hey there and welcome to Video Game Appreciation Channel. I'm your host Natalie Portman and this week's episode is brought to you by... But more on that later. I know what you're thinking, not that Natalie Portman. We get that a lot because did you know we're actually the only two people in the whole world named Natalie Portman? And besides that, we actually look exactly alike too, only my dick is longer and Natalie's is markedly thicker. Substantial girth. Alright, for this week's episode, I have a bit of a hidden gem for you guys. You know, this might not be the best game in the world, but it's probably the most impressive just looking at a purely visual, technical software engineering standpoint. I like to call this one Super Mario Brothers. And, it's... I just want to say, just detour here, this is not one of those channels where you get a bit of content at first and you kind of they try to get you hooked and then they promise it's going to get better over time. Fuck that. This one's, you're on top of the content hill right now. It's not a tall hill, but it's not getting any taller either. So just enjoy the ride. Best you can do is just lie down on your back. I'll give you a kick. You'll probably roll down. It's a good way to go. Melissa's rocks. Okay, well, you might not have guessed from the cutting edge visuals, but this game is actually pretty old. It was first released and published in 1936 in fascist Italy of all places. Would you think of that? And actually, it was rumored to have been Mussolini's favorite game, and the dictator himself had some major creative input during the creative process of the game. And under closer scrutiny, you'll notice that it has some pretty dated, stereotypical depictions of minorities and immigrants. These guys, would you look at them, they're made out to be these dumb, muscled up, hypersexualized American Italian plumber guys, and they're just power stancing, spreading their legs, just forcibly entering any orifice that comes their way. No permissions asked, none taken, none given, plus minus. And it's kind of appalling really, but you just have to step outside this whole thing and observe it from beyond the boundaries and take a feminist standpoint, cross-sectional, intersectional style, and just dissect this thing and treat it as a research article, and take a multidisciplinary, research field approach thingy. And once you get in the game, you'll realize that it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of content and a lot of it stimulates you. It gives you an audiovisual feast. It assaults all the senses, except maybe the sense of feeling in your sphincters. But other than that, it's pretty cool. We'll come back to that. But right now, I'd like to once again note that this video was made possible and brought to you by... And I'm excited to hear that the Dark Lord himself has actually come to the studio with us, and he'd like to tell you a bit about their whole new brand of cooking accessories and even barbecue grills, Hell, let's hear it.
Okay, thanks for having me. You're right about that. We have done a complete revamp of the whole, not just our consumer product line, but the whole hell has been revamped totally. We're not hell.com anymore. We're hell.io. We use big data now. We use algorithm processing and neural networks, and we take the big data and we crunch it and we burn it and we torture it, and it confesses to pretty much anything we want at this point, really. And we're the market leader, but we're not interested in just that. We're just interested in the total domination and enslavement of Earth and the human race in general. And for that, we have completely redesigned our whole barbecue grill line. Starting from the room-sized furnace, your typical body incinerator style, no frills style product, and then we'll do the pit of Tartarus, which has more capacity, and you can kind of fine-tune the torture levels a little bit more, and then we go all the way up to the lake of fire for those burning connoisseurs who just cannot accept anything smaller than a body incinerator facility that can house the whole of Lithuania at once.
Well, fuck my ass with a coal poker.
Sure.
Lucy, that sounds so interesting. I'm very excited for that. But
I'm glad to hear,
just a side note here. I actually heard that you're quite the chef yourself. You're pretty much into barbecuing and grilling. And
Yeah, I love the charred flesh of my enemies.
What would you have to say about that, Lucy?
Yeah, sure, thanks. So, it's not just about devouring the like charred remains of your enemies and their corpses, the flesh and the stuff, but it's also about consuming their souls. That's really where the gist of the thing is,
Okay, but what about vegetables? Because I heard that you're quite the vegetable chef as well, and you do a meat stir fry. So I'm pretty sure vegetables don't have souls per se.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, they do. But did you know that not all vegetables go to heaven?
Really?
Yeah, really. I was surprised to hear that at first myself as well, but this job teaches you a lot of things. So,
yeah, I'm sure about that.
Actually, vegetables that have, during some point of their vegetable lives, they've been inserted into a natural orifice other than the mouth. Those don't go to heaven. That's mortal sin.
Right.
Yeah, so basically that's an easy way just to get some vegetable souls for you to consume.
But do you wash them first though? Or how does it just like Okay, well that was interesting. Who knew? Yeah, but back to the game, back to this piece of shit. I mean, this is, two buttons basically. A is for, do something, and B is goes faster. It's probably for Usain Bolt or something. You know what, actually, I'm tired of talking of this game. You've all seen it already. You've seen the guy jump, and you've seen the guy, kill some brown things, and I think it's time to go for tip of the day. Alright, if you ever find yourself in a really tight spot, really tough situation, you can always insert a catheter in your urethra, then empty your bladder contents. After that, fill said bladder with lighter fluid and then proceed to urinate through a lit match or lighter or other source of fire. It's a great way to fend off mountain lions. So, closing remarks. This is a good game. I do like it. I know I've said some harsh things in the past, just about being all about the visuals and not about the content itself and all of that stuff, but I gotta say, man, it's not the worst. It really isn't. Like, compared to the Call of Duty airport level, this is like almost as good as that one.